So I'm very glad that you're able to join me today.
Thank you.
There's so much that needs to be considered. So I think that's where I want to start.
The biggest question employers have to ask first is, what is their work? Some places have adapted to the work from home really well. Other industries who are more collaborative is much more difficult. So I think you have to define, what does the workplace mean to you? Is it partly cultural, where you want everybody to drink the Kool-Aid? Is it a place where you collaborate just on certain projects? You've got to communicate with your staff, and can they come back? If you can't get on a subway, if you have childcare or other caretaking responsibilities, you're not coming back to the office. And then it's starting with the protocols and having a solution for your staff so that they know when they come back that they feel safe and that you've looked out for their well-being. Going up an elevator, is everybody going to be required to wear a face mask? How many people can go up the elevator and then getting out? And then when you get into your office, is there signage for me? Where do I put my coat? Do I take it with me? Do I have an assigned workstation anymore? Will I have any of my toys at my desk? Or do I get a pedestal assigned to me? And then the cleaning protocols, and where am I going to eat lunch? Can I go out for lunch? Do I need to just stay in the office and there's only a certain number of people? From what everybody is talking about, it makes sense to bring back teams. Are you going to allow outside clients or guests to come to the office? If they are, what are their protocols? Is it by appointment only? Is there a limit to the size of the meeting and where they go and what their route through the office might be? If you can't have that physical distancing, supply a mask for them and have disposal for it as well. So what we've seen and what we're doing for some of our clients currently is, upon arrival, a card reader. They might have a locker that they put their coat and their shoes in, and they might have indoor shoes at the office so that they don't track in other particulates. We've got some clients where we're putting down large paper placemats at their workstation. They work on that. At the end of the day, they take it out. Sanitizing station or a hand washing station when they come in. Glass panels or the acrylic panels, decals on the floor, again for that directionality. We're reorienting workstations so that you're not facing someone. In serveries, putting in paper placemats. Hand washing signs are going to be prevalent.
Would you recommend then that there be a transition maybe back towards everyone having their own dedicated space?
Oh, that's interesting, because I think it depends on how large of an office you have and what kind of an office you had before. If you have your own private office, that's easy. You might just take out the guest meeting chairs. But if you have a typical workstation and the panels are high, you're going to feel, I think, a little bit more secure than someone who might have been in a benching situation where it's the long tables and you're side by side and across from someone else. You probably want to assign them, but it might be assigned every other one. It is unlikely that you're going to be bringing 100% of your staff back to the office anytime soon.
In the conversations that you've had with your clients so far, what is the sense that people do feel safe coming back to work, or do they not?
Most people are hesitant. For the most part, it's because they can't get to the office.
It's a travel issue or caring for children.
Exactly. It's those are the two big issues. Most people want to get back to the office. While they love the work from home at the beginning, it's a little tiresome. It's a little challenging.
Yes.
And they want to see some other people as well.
I love colleagues. I want to see their faces. In conversations that we've had with some of our clients, there has been a sidebar discussion. Should we have considered a different size of space? Should we have gone bigger? One of our clients actually has chosen to take an additional space as a pod space. And so to clients, do we have to move offices, change sizes up or down?
The majority of the clients that we've reached out to, they're keeping the office the size that they have, except for one of them who was just getting new furniture to add more people. We're now having to reconfigure, but nobody has come back to say, we're taking more space, because again, we don't see anyone coming back 100% right away. It's also a financial issue.
I have the same sense generally that you do, maybe, but you just have no idea how clients' priorities have changed in the moment.
We don't know the conversations they're having with their landlords. Can they get the rent rebate? Are they thinking they're going to give up space because maybe their businesses are going to suffer? And in some industries, that's going to happen. And leases may change in a year to 2 years when the leases are come up or come due. People are going to evaluate then, do they need this amount of space? And in some instances, some of the businesses might have been thriving and they might need to grow. We're going to have both sides of that. And then there might be a bigger sublet market.
What is your take on the long-term design solutions?
The long term is the multi-million-dollar question. I think there's going to be more space in offices for people. I don't think we're going to see 100% of staff return for a long time. Having the flexibility with your organization is going to be key to keeping your employees. I think you're going to have people still doing work remotely. People want the office. We need the office for the social aspect of it as well.
The process of getting ready in the morning, getting the morning coffee, driving to work is a total pre-game show.
Yeah.
You know, for me at least, that's where a lot of the magic happens. That's where I'm like, okay, what am I doing today? And it's amazing just how outside things can spark an idea, so that when you get with your creative team, you can start to envision how it's going to happen. And so just the movement to work is essential, and it's a whole lot longer and more involved than going downstairs to my Nespresso machine, getting a coffee, and coming upstairs to my office in my Lululemon pants.
Yeah. Now our meetings are back-to-back virtual meetings.
Yeah.
You don't get out of your chair. You don't go to the kitchen to get a drink of water or a cup of coffee and meet with someone else and go, I was going to speak to you about this issue.
Your design firm is doing something to help clients to evaluate their space.
Right when this started, we kind of said, you know what, there's going to be a need for people to get back to the office. Once they figured out how to work from home, then it was, how do we get back to the office? So we started researching to come up with a program. So we've called ours Intersection. It's where your people meet your workplace. We evaluate your office, the safety, how they're going to move through the space, what their workstations might need to change, collaborative areas, meeting spaces, kitchen areas. But we also start with the question of, why are you going back to the office? Who needs to go back? Then there's also the communication piece, then evaluating that after the fact.
Such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. You too. Thanks so much. Bye.